I'm sure you heard a few Nebraska, Oklahoma stories growing up. What was it like playing in the game in that atmosphere?
Dude, that was a blast. I'm not gonna lie. That was a really fun. Obviously, not the result we wanted for sure, but just game-wise and just the whole environment-wise, that was probably one of the coolest places playing personally that I have for the last 2 years. I think I've been here. So, yeah, it was a blast, man. They had great fans, great atmosphere. Really, obviously a super high-ranked opponent. Super fun game.
Dante Williams said something interesting out there. Dante Williams, the safety, said, we're tired of being close.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of that in myself. Chins, or for us or whoever's talking to us, he always does this and says we're super close, and I'm sick and tired of everybody doing this. I want guys to be like, oh, we did it, or stop doing this, because that just pisses me off now because we're so close. It's time to give it a hump. Everybody knows that. Oklahoma was an opportunity that we just did not capitalize on, which sucks. But obviously some positives that we can bring out of that and roll into this week with Michigan State.
How do you flip your focus to a game against another ranked opponent this week?
Name his face opponent. Chins always talks about that. I used to get so caught up on, oh, these guys are, 15 in the country. Oh my gosh. I mean, you can't. You get caught up in that, you're going to be, bad out the gate. So he probably doesn't know this, but he's helped me a ton just going into every week. And these are the concepts we're getting. You've trained this before. You know what you're doing. Let's rep it. Let's get this right, and then go into the game and go hate the color green or something. So he's done a great job just with me personally. Channeling my energy and my mindset into this, doing that and training what we do and focusing on us.
I know, having said what you just said, what goes through your mind when you see that a running back's averaging 8.6 per carry?
I didn't know that, so that's cool. Good for him. Sweet. Obviously, can't have that on Saturday, so do what we do, focus on what we need to do, tackle well. You can't have 8.6 yards of carry when there's 11 dudes around you. So let's go do that.
Outside of a sack, what do you guys consider a successful pass rush on any given play?
QB hits, QB pressures, PBUs. That's how you affect the QB. Teody goes through it in his pass rush meeting. You affect the QB not just only with sacks, but him making him the pocket this small and him throwing out of a well. He can't step into the pass. And like I said, PBUs, pressures, hits, and sacks, like you said.
So how are you guys doing there from your own perspective?
Obviously, last year, personally, I was not a pass rusher. I was terrible. That was a huge point of emphasis for me personally and Coach Dawson. To get that right for me and just our group in general, this front seven, or just the D-line, outside linebackers. So focusing on that in training, having that as an emphasis, what we're doing has helped a ton. Obviously, still need to get more sacks and QBs, hits, and all that like we want. So we're getting there. We're doing a really good job. I feel better pass rushing and getting in the backfield more. So just being that constant drum of being in the backfield and getting sacks and QB hits and stuff like that is when we take the next step in becoming more of an elite defense and affecting games that way.
Having gone through a Big Ten only schedule the way you guys did this year, now that big part of the slate's coming up again this year, what's the bigger challenge for you? Is it mentally preparing for those guys each week, or how do you put in perspective the mental and the physical side of what's to come?
I'm huge, period. Like in practice, I go period by period. I don't look. How do you eat an elephant, one piece at a time, type of deal. Look at it each period. Focus on that period, what we're doing. Focus on each day what you're doing. Okay, I have class at 12:30. I'm gonna go to class. Okay, after class, what do I have? I gotta go do film or something like that. I can't look at the whole day. I can't look at the whole picture. You look at the whole schedule. You're like, oh my gosh, we have however many weeks or whatever. You got to take it week by week. Be around your dudes. Focus on what you're doing, and have a blast while you're doing it.
What did you learn last year just about how to stay physically healthy, how to maintain your body, things like that.
Yeah, the biggest thing about recovery is, obviously you got to recover. You can't, be doing dumb stuff after a game. So just getting home, being on the couch, getting off your feet, tubbing, mentally. I think the biggest thing too is mentally recovery, mental recovery. You can't, I'm the biggest football guy there is, but there comes a point where I don't want to watch anymore. So I will watch like Family Guy or something. So, constantly being locked in for 6 days a week, having that Sunday and you're like, you know what, I think I'm going to watch something else besides football, even though we still do. But, taking a drive, taking a walk, going to do something else besides football during the season is huge. So that I learned that too through just maturing and being around dudes that have done it before.
Garrett, after such a good performance as a whole, the defense against Oklahoma, do you guys face like any expectations or feel like you really need to like hold offense of Michigan State, like hold them down like you did Oklahoma?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the mentality is always, put your foot on their throat and twist it. You don't want to let off the gas. Everybody shares that mentality on defense. We got to keep stacking games like we have. We left 3 interceptions, potential interceptions. I think we left like 4 or 5 sacks on the table against Oklahoma, which sucks. That's could have beat them with that. Everybody's crucifying Culp for missing kicks, but I mean, if we're counting kicks, they missed one too, and we still would have lost by a point if we made ours and they made theirs. So he's getting a lot of flack for that. Defensively wise, we missed a lot of opportunities with that. So I feel bad for the kid because we need to put that on ourselves so he just doesn't get under a microscope. We missed a lot of opportunities that we didn't capitalize on. So like I said, becoming that elite defense that we want to, we can't miss those anymore.
Garrett, how have you seen guys pick him up, a guy like Connor, after a tough game, or if somebody else has a tough game like that where everybody's kind of pointing the finger?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Hopefully, I mean, we see it because I'm in the inside. I have all the secret details that you guys don't. But hopefully you guys can see maturing as a team. Hopefully you see us truly caring about each other. I talk to him. Everybody talks to him. We talk to each other. Just words of encouragement. I told him that I love him no matter what. He's our family. Just don't put this all on you. Just words of encouragement. I love every single one of my teammates. I don't want them to feel like they let down 150 dudes. It's all on us. It's the ultimate team game. So I personally, I talk to him because I know what it's like to be a disappointment or have a disappointing performance because I've been there before. So having that, and I like the dudes when they came and talked to me after that, made me feel a lot better. So I try to do that for others. And like I said, hopefully you guys can see us maturing as a team and bonding, not just defense, but offense and defense molding together.